Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca from devourdinner.com. Welcome to my kitchen and happy Sunday everybody. I am live right here on Facebook as well as live on YouTube. And I'm excited to be here. I hope that you are too. This is going to be a great recipe demo where I'll be utilizing the Instant Pot electric pressure cooker. And before we get started, let's just do a little bit of housekeeping. I need to make sure that everybody can hear me. Please give me those hearts, give me those thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Then we're gonna make sure that we are indeed live in both places, both Facebook and on YouTube before we get going much further. Hi, Amy, how are you? I'm seeing hearts come across the screen. So that is fantastic. Let's see here. I'm gonna hop over to YouTube and we're gonna make sure that we're live. Hi Chris, how are you? It's always good to be here. Okay, everything is blocking what I'm trying to see. Yep, I am live. There we go. Okay, everybody can hear me. We're doing fantastic. Let's dive on in. I'm gonna go ahead and drop in the comments the recipe that we're doing today. Hi Trelva, hi Sherry, how are you guys doing? Uh-oh. Let's go back. There we go. There we go. All right. Are we good? We're good. Fantastic. Welcome everybody. If you're just joining me, I'm Rebecca from devourdinner.com, where I like to focus on easy to make recipes for busy families using common ingredients. And today I'm using my Instant Pot, the electric pressure cooker, to help speed up my time in the kitchen. Of course, this recipe can also be made on the stovetop as well. Choose how you like to do it best, doesn't matter. The reason I like to show the Instant Pot is so I can show a hands-free method. I'm a busy mom and I have lots going on, and I know you do too. And so I want to show you a way that you can save yourself some time. And by that, you're going to be hands off so that the hamburger can cook, and then you have time to do other things. But let's get started, okay? And go ahead and leave your comments. I will be watching the comments and hope to answer as many, if not all, comments live. So if you have Instant Pot questions, that is exactly what I am here for. All right, for this recipe, we are going to cook 1 pound of ground beef. Now I am using a lean ground beef. It's what I prefer. It's a 93.7. You could use an 80-20, a 90-10, or go real extra lean and do the 96.4. It doesn't matter. Whatever fat content you prefer. So we're gonna open up our pressure cooker, get the lid out of the way. You will need a trivet. So make sure that we add a trivet to the bottom. And as always, we need some thin liquid. So I'm gonna add 1 cup of water to the bottom of the pressure cooker. The water is what will be used to create steam and seal the pressure cooker off. That's super important. Another thing, I haven't shown this lately, make sure that your seal is in correctly. Okay, push that seal back down into place. It should seat all the way around that wire ring that's in there. And it actually should almost slide around a little bit. There we go. Not easily, but it should slide around a little bit. Make sure that that's seated correctly. Otherwise, your pressure cooker will not pressure up and your ingredients inside don't get cooked well. All right, we're gonna take this ground beef and I'm just going to place it right on top of the trivet in there. All right, so this is what it looks like. You see that? Now, I am just going to do a little bit of Redmond salt. I like Redmond's. I think it enhances the flavor of so many things. And then I'm gonna add to it some minced garlic. I can hear you guys at home. You're like, where is our top-down camera? There it is. Okay, and then we're just going to put some garlic on top. Now we're gonna wait to season the rest of this until the end because I'll be using some taco seasoning. But for the cooking process, that is all I'm gonna do. You could add some pepper if you wanted. And of course, you could always add some cumin or chili powder or paprika, garlic powder, onion salt, whatever you wish. But we're just gonna do this, and we're gonna get this pressured up. Now again, this is so quick to get started. Make sure you close the pressure valve right here in the back, and then we're gonna set it. So you're gonna press your pressure cook button, and you're gonna use your plus and minus keys until you get to 9 minutes, all right? Now the last time I used this was for 90 minutes, so it's gonna take a minute to get down in numbers. We're almost there. There we go. Let's see if you can see that. So it reads 9 minutes on the front. So it'll take just a minute. And of course, we're going to hear that beep right there. That's the beep you want to hear. It tells us that the pressure cooker, your Instant Pot, has accepted those readings, and it's going to start doing its job. Of course, its job is to heat up that bottom element. As that element gets hot, it's going to bring that water to a boil. When it comes to a boil, it creates steam. Steam creates pressure, and pressure will seal off the pressure cooker and the valve right here in the back. That's as simple as it is. Now, this is hands-free at this point, all right? What I mean by that is I don't have to stand over and watch the hamburger being cooked. I can take a step back. I can work on the rest of dinner. I can clean the kitchen. I can set the table. I can start a load of wash, whatever it is, that I can get other things done in this time. Pretty great, right? Well, I'll show you how I'm going to utilize this time. We're going to push this pressure cooker off to the side, and I'm going to cut up the vegetables that I need for this recipe. Let's see. We got some faces on here that I haven't seen before. Hi, Robin. How are you? Hi, Lisa. Lisa's asking, wow, what did you make that took 90 minutes? It was a really big roast, and I wanted it to shred and fall apart. Keep in mind, I'm up at a higher altitude. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Hi, Sigrid. How are you? Hi, Susan, Doreen, Kathy. How's everybody doing? So great of you guys to be here today. Okay, so for this recipe, this is Dorito Taco Salad. And I dropped the link in the comments. I'll drop it again so you guys can find it. This is a favorite potluck pasta, or potluck salad. No pasta, sorry. It's served cold. Now, the question I get most often is, what if you don't want to mix it all up at once? What if you just want to make a half batch? What if you want to save some for later? Guess what? This salad works. You don't have to mix the salad dressing with all the other ingredients right up front. In fact, I suggest you don't, because once you add the salad dressing, the lettuce isn't as crisp, your chips aren't as crisp, and that's not always good, right? So always add your salad dressing right before you're ready to serve. Super important. In the meantime, I like to add some fun ingredients. So we're going to start with a bell pepper. And while we're chatting, I'm just going to cut up these vegetables. Get that on screen here. So the recipe calls for about a half of a bell pepper. I don't know about you, but sometimes my bell peppers are like huge and big like this one. And sometimes they're really tiny. So judging a recipe by half a bell pepper becomes really problematic sometimes. You think? So my suggestion to you is cut up the amount of bell pepper that you think you are going to need for the recipe. And I like to cut out these thicker parts, trim it down. And then I just like to slice this in nice, thin pieces. There we go. Now I'm going to dice this up into small pieces. I've washed it before we got started. And of course, feel free to use red or yellow or green or orange whatever color bell pepper or a combination that you like. Remember, you're eating it. But I just like these nice small pieces. It gives a nice crunch, it gives nice texture into the taco salad, but it's not so big that it's overbearing. All right, so we're just gonna push that off to the side. We're gonna push that off. And then, let's see, we're gonna cut up some cherry tomatoes. Who loves cherry tomatoes? Of course, in this recipe, you could use Roma tomatoes diced up. You could use a sandwich tomato diced up, or these cute little cherry tomatoes. It really doesn't matter. It's all what you want. But if you have people that love tomatoes, I just like to do these little cherry tomatoes in half. This little guy's got a little dark spot. So we're gonna get rid of that. Here we go. All right, what questions do you guys have for me? Let's see if I can get over here and see some. Hi Kim, how are you? Do we have any new people watching? If you're new, will you please say hello? Let me tell you, this is a safe community. This is a place you can ask your questions, and I am happy to answer them. I promise you, I've had the same question when I started using my Instant Pot. This is a place to help you become more comfortable with your pressure cooker. There we go. Okay, we're also going to add, I've rinsed and drained some kidney beans. Now, you can use pinto beans, you can use black beans, you could use a white bean, or you could leave the beans out if you don't like beans. Just choose a bean that you and your family love. Also going to use some sliced olives. I'm even going to throw in a little bit of some diced carrots. And of course, we're going to use some grated cheese. You can use sour cream, some salsa, and Doritos. Now, this recipe is good with the regular nacho Doritos. It's also great with the Cool Ranch Doritos, and you could even change it up with the spicy, the salsa verde, any of the flavors of Doritos that you want to use. And you could use Frito chips or regular tortilla chips. By all means, have some fun and choose. Sigrid, where are you asking me? Where are you? I'm not sure who you're asking that of. Oh my heavens. Okay, Robin made the comment. Loves tomatoes. My cherry tomato plants are almost done producing. It's getting too hot. Subtropic region. Oh my gosh. Okay, Robin. It's freezing here in Eastern Idaho. It is so cold. Like we're getting in the 40s, but there's just this cold Arctic wind that keeps coming through. And it's so cold. Our growing season is severely dampened this year. I'm like afraid for the farmers. Afraid. All right. I'm going to pull in this platter. So I've got iceberg lettuce, green leaf lettuce, some romaine lettuce, all diced up and on the platter here. Because today, as I am making this, I'm not going to put it all in a bowl and mix it all up together. I've got too many family members who have preferences. Imagine that, right? My picky eater is still at home. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to build this platter with the ingredients on it, and we can just add what we want to it. Make sense? We're just going to make it fun and pretty and see how it works out. I always do it different every time I make it. Let's add our bell peppers right here. Isn't that pretty? Look at how pretty that is. We're gonna go ahead and add in some olives over here on the side. And I wanna add in a little bit of these carrots. I don't think we need a ton, but I think the crunch and the color will just be pretty. Don't you? Now, of course, if you wanna add some green onions, dice them up, add them in here as well. You can add cheese. I think if I add cheese, I'll do it right here. What do you guys think? We could add some cheese. Just to separate that off. I'm losing some of my salad here. This is worth taking a picture of before it like all falls apart. My glasses are not staying up today, friends. I've had them adjusted multiple times and they are just not doing it. All right, what do you think? Is that beautiful? I think it's gorgeous. Now I'm gonna use some McCormick's taco seasoning. You can make a blend for taco seasoning, do whatever you want. But this is our hands-free time and it's been wonderful. Like right now on our Instant Pot, it's been cooking for 3 minutes. Now remember, with the pressure cooker, the numbers count down in time. When it hits 0, it will beep. Once it beeps at us, we know that the cooking process is complete and that we will then start to see a natural pressure release. For this recipe, we're going to have a 6-minute natural pressure release before we open the top. Okay, just that simple. Amy's on. Hi, Amy. How are you? She's on YouTube. Welcome. She says, I'm sad I missed this. I'm going to have to rewatch it. Well, we'll do a quick recap while we're right here and while I'm watching it for any other comments on here. Barbara says, we like drained corn too. Ooh, I love that idea of corn. Maybe some shoe peg corn. That would be really good. Okay, let's do a quick recap on what we've done. We've got our pressure cooker sitting right over here, and I've taken 1 pound of lean ground beef. I'm using a trivet, so I've placed the trivet in the bottom of the pressure cooker with 1 cup of water. The water is used to pressure up the pressure cooker. Then on top of the trivet, I placed 1 pound of hamburger. I seasoned it a little bit with some minced garlic, a little bit of Redmond salt, not a ton. And then we're pressure cooking it for 9 minutes. Now this is the hands-off method. Like I said earlier, you can cook this up on the stove, follow the same recipe. You just wouldn't use the 1 cup of water because you wouldn't need it to cook your hamburger. You could just cook it in a skillet and then drain off any of the reserved extra liquid or fats that you didn't want to use. Once our beef is cooked, our hamburger is cooked, we're going to open up the pressure cooker after 6-minute natural pressure release, and that's where we're at right now. We're waiting for it to cook so that we can go into a natural pressure release state, and we're gonna allow that to happen for about 6 minutes. Then we'll open up, release the rest of the pressure, we'll discard the juices that are inside, and then we're gonna put the hamburger back into the pressure cooker liner, and we're going to break it up. We're gonna crumble it. If for some reason there is any pink still inside of your burger, just turn the saute feature on and cook the rest of it out. It'll just be super quick. Sometimes that does happen. It happens depending upon the thickness of the hamburger. So today on this ground hamburger, it's thick in the middle. We might see pink on the inside. That's normal. If you're using the tube of hamburger, like a 1 pound tube, a lot of times right down the middle, it doesn't get fully cooked because it's so much thicker. Just know that going into it, that you might have to turn on that saute feature as you're crumbling it up and break up the rest of it. Not a big deal, I promise. Once we get it broken up, we're gonna add the taco seasoning to the mix. We're gonna pull it out of the pressure cooker because we want it to cool down. This is a cold salad. So ideally, your hamburger could be cooked in the morning when you get up before you go out the door to work, so that when you come home at the end of the day, your hamburger is cooked and in the refrigerator, and you can pull out the rest of the ingredients and serve your family with minimal effort. All right, all of you soccer moms, baseball moms and dads, dance lesson with kids, you know what I'm talking about. Our evenings are hectic. Anything we can do before we go to work is heaven sent, right? Peggy says, I've never done hamburger in the Instant Pot. You know, a lot of people don't. They might or they might not. A lot of people, we're so accustomed to cooking hamburger on our stovetop in a skillet that we don't think about using our pressure cooker to cook hamburger that way. But like I said, as a busy mom, I can set it and I can walk away and I can do the rest. For me, that's heaven sent. I need the extra time, not standing in front of the stove. I know when I was growing up, my mom would have one of us kids. A lot of times it was me. I loved to be in the kitchen. And she'd say, can you ground up that hamburger for me? And I'd be like, oh, sure. You know, a little kid, I just love to do that and break up and crumble that hamburger and get it all cooked up. Sadly, my children don't like to do that, and getting them in the kitchen is more difficult. So this has been heaven sent for me. Amy, how are you? Yes, I do. I do. I'm guessing Trent told you about my YouTube channel. That's funny. Sigrid says, it's a lifesaver if I forget to take it out of the freezer. Yes. You know what? To cook hamburger from the frozen state, it's possible to do in the pressure cooker. A question that's asked, do I need to add more time? Typically, no, you don't. The difference is the amount of time it takes to pressure up. Because the ingredients inside are frozen, it will take longer to pressure up. The time that it takes to pressure up is usually the additional time that's needed to cook the ingredients. And I say usually because there's always an exception to that rule. Always, always. Oh, fantastic, Emily. Yes, Emily is just a doll. Just a doll. Too funny. I love it. Okay, I know that I also have some lurkers of friends that watch, like my own personal friends that never say hello. So I'm going to call you out right now. I'm not going to call you by name, but you guys support me and I love you and I appreciate it. And it just makes me smile knowing that I've got people back there cheering me on and rooting for me that just come to watch me every Sunday. I also want to give a shout out. We haven't done this yet. Oh my gosh. Amy from the Instapot 101 for Beginners group. She's the admin. We also have her team of moderators. Let me tell you, these ladies are amazing, truly amazing. They run the group Instant Pot 101 for Beginners, which is a wonderful group. And it's filled with so many great, incredible bloggers who put in wonderful, wonderful recipes. So thank you to Amy for all the love and support, and her team. They go above and beyond. So big hugs from me to you, ladies. You are amazing. If you're hopping over from the Instant Pot 101 for Beginners group, I'm Rebecca from DevourDinner.com, and I'm happy you're here. I hope you'll follow along on my Facebook and on my YouTube. I sure would appreciate it. It's super, super helpful. I do focus on easy to make recipes for busy families using common ingredients. I like to use pantry ingredients, nothing crazy, but I do love flavor in my foods. Kind of fun that way. Peggy says, yes, awesome group. Juanita says, someone told me pressure cooking is unhealthy for you. What are my thoughts? I use my pressure cooker a lot. You know, I don't know. I haven't researched to know if it's healthy or if it's not. I don't know. I think in this day and age, you're going to get both sides of anything that people will have strong opinions on. And I think you have to choose what works for you. Honestly, I realize that's a total middle of the road answer. But especially being in social media and seeing the array of comments and mean comments and bullying comments, that I think we have to recognize that we have to recognize to be kind. We all have our opinions. I use my pressure cooker all the time. It has saved me. You think just with hamburger, Peggy? I don't know. Sigrid says, I wonder what they think is unhealthy. I don't know. You know, I grew up in California, and California has everything that's unhealthy. I was reading an article that they may not sell Skittles in the state of California because of the red dye, and it's deemed bad for you. I don't know. I love my home state of California, but I'll tell you what, some things are just a little crazy. All right. Our pressure cooker has beeped. We are now at 3 minutes. So we have 3 more minutes of a natural pressure release before we're going to release that pressure. So we're doing good. Ooh, we got some good comments going on here. Robin says, it's very important to use tried and true recipes. One time I Googled ingredients and found a recipe not on any of these Instant Pot sites. It was a disaster. You know what? It is. And that's why I want to point out again, the Instant Pot 101 for Beginner group. You heard me say just a minute ago, Amy is the admin over there with her moderators. And they have a wonderful group of bloggers over there who make Instant Pot recipes and are dropping them all the time for people to find and see. These recipes are tried and true. These bloggers are great. Simply, they're great. It's a great place to find recipes and to try them. Now, if you're trying a recipe that some random person tried, yeah, you might take your chances, but for the most part, people are dropping what they've made off of another person's recipe, showing a picture, and they're telling you what they loved about it, which is always fantastic. And that's what I love about these bigger groups. They're simply great that way. Juanita, you are welcome. All right, I hope I'm not missing all of these. Let's see here. You guys are like fantastic. Okay, if you haven't given this video a thumbs up, if you haven't given it a heart, in the little right above the comment section, hit the hearts, hit the thumbs up, give me some love. And if you have shared this into your timeline or somewhere else, big hugs to you. When you like, when you comment, when you share anybody's content, it tells that social media platform that it is good content and that you should share it with other people. And let me tell you, it makes a world of difference. This is my job. I provide free content for you. And if you can like, comment, and share, it helps me out beyond measure. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, while we're waiting for this, we've still got a minute or so, so we're just gonna do a plug again. Last week I shared with you the Clean Simple Eats, the new green powder. I've been doing it all week long. Now I'm not a greens person, like mixing greens into my protein powder. I'm not, but I've really liked it. The tropical flavor is by far my favorite. It tastes like pineapple. It is so good. So listen, if you're in the market for protein powder or greens, right? Please give Clean Simple Eats a try. I'm gonna drop the link. Of course, you can use my code DevourDinner, one word, all caps, for your 10% discount. And that's everything in your cart. So you can buy the nut butters, you can buy the cookbooks, the protein, the collagen, the greens, the pancake mix. By the way, if you're gluten-free, the protein is gluten-free, and I'll tell you what, it is so simple and easy to digest. I didn't even know for 9 months it was gluten-free. I just knew that my body was able to digest it really smooth and really easily, which was phenomenal. I currently do protein daily with a scoop of collagen daily. I'll tell you what, they kept talking about the collagen and how much it made a difference on their joints. And of course, you know what? I'm older than 50, and I notice it in my knees and in my elbows, and of course in my back. And my knees, elbows, backs have been feeling so much better. I've been doing collagen now for, oh gosh, since February. So all of February, all of March, and most of April. And then I have just started doing greens. So I've been doing greens about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. On top of that, love the company. It doesn't taste gritty, doesn't leave an aftertaste, easily digestible. The flavors are fantastic. If you have any questions, please message me. I'll tell you my honest opinions of what are my favorite flavors and all of that stuff. I really will. Okay, let's open up the pressure on our pressure cooker. Let's hop back to our regularly scheduled program. So we're gonna open this up. Move your pressure cooker away from your cabinets, away from your lights, which is why my pressure cooker's sitting here off to the side. We're gonna open that up, let the rest of the pressure jump out, and it'll do its thing. Hey, Susan. Susan just said, I made your old-fashioned oatmeal cookies. They were a big hit at our church coffee time. Susan, thank you for sharing that. I love it. Those old-fashioned oatmeal cookies are delicious. They're really fun. Sometimes I think oatmeal cookies get overlooked, but I really love them. So thank you. And if you think about it, will you leave me a comment on the recipe itself? Give it a star rating. Those comment sections matter to Google. Google looks for them. That's how Google rates. You know, when you do a search for like old-fashioned oatmeal cookies and you see the recipes that come up, people who comment, people who give a star rating makes a difference. And that's why I keep asking for those. If you've ever made one of my recipes, go back and just leave a quick comment and give a star rating. It really, really does make a difference. All right, we're gonna open this up. Now, once again, oh, we just fogged that up. Hold on. You guys remember this little square notch fits in either side of the handle. The reason why that's cool is because all the condensation from the lid will drain down and catch in your little cup in the back. That's sort of a big deal, right? Okay, now we're gonna get rid of all of the juices. So what I'm gonna do, let's see if I can pull this out. We're just gonna pull that out really quickly. And I'm gonna pull out the liner, pass it off so that it can be rinsed out. It collects all the juices and all the fats and all the yucky stuff that we don't need right now. So we're just gonna pass that off really quickly so that it can be drained. We're gonna pull it back and put it back in here with our ground beef. Grab yourself a flat edge wooden spoon. This one I got at IKEA for 99 cents. And I love, let's see here. It has a nice scoop and it's wide. See how wide it is? 99 cents at IKEA. I'm in love. All right. We're gonna get that lid out of the way. We're gonna break this up. All right. You guys wanna watch me? Of course you do. So now all I'm doing is just breaking this up. And if you want, while you're doing this, just turn on your saute feature. So far, everything is looking beautifully cooked. Ground hamburger does not break apart like chicken breasts will. You know, if you cook chicken breasts like an extra couple of minutes, how it just, you press on it and it just all falls apart. So this will take just a little bit to kind of break it up, but it doesn't take much. But we do want it broken up. Now this is where we're going to season it with our taco seasoning. All right, since all of our hamburger is cooked, I am gonna turn this off. The reason is remember, that keep warm feature, it's still trying to keep our food warm. And of course, we want this hamburger to cool off. It's looking pretty crumbled now. What do you guys think? Amy says, thanks to your studio assistant for draining the meat. Haha, I love it. Yes, seriously. You know what? It takes an army sometimes to do everything that I do. I could have dumped it back into the measuring cup, but I didn't want to. And my studio doesn't have all the luxuries of a kitchen, as you guys well know. All right. Now, with Dorito Taco Salad, let's talk about this. Let's talk about salad dressings when we mix up our salad all together. Traditionally, I like to use a Catalina dressing, but I have done poll after poll about this, and I have learned that that may not be the majority winner. So in the comments, I want to hear what salad dressing or salad dressing combination, or what do you like to put on your Dorito taco salad? What is it? I want to see those comments. So while we're waiting for that, let's get a bowl out. We'll clean up a little bit. Move this off. There we go. All right, do we have comments over here yet? Okay, Sigrid likes salsa, Peggy likes Catalina, Sigrid likes ranch or salsa. We like Green Goddess. What is Green Goddess? Yes, I'm in Idaho. So, Joe, where's Joe's comment? I didn't see Joe. Let's see, it's back up here. Where are y'all located at? Joe, we live in Eastern Idaho. Kathy likes salsa. Robin likes fresh salsa. Juanita likes Olive Garden Italian dressing. Yum. Okay, those are all great. Really, there is no wrong answer. Using fresh salsa or a bottled salsa with some sour cream helps keep those calories down. Even a little bit of lime juice is plenty. I'm going to be honest. By the time you have the seasoning from your hamburger, you have the seasoning from your chips, it doesn't need much. It just doesn't. All right, should we make up just a small bowl here? We're not gonna do a ton, we're just gonna do like a little single serving. So let's mix up, let's go top down so you can see what I've got going on. And I wanna get everything in the picture. There we go. There, now you guys can see what I'm doing. Are we good? Thumbs up, stars. Mary says, I like the Catalina. There's really no wrong answer. All right. Now I'm gonna get some kidney beans, the little bit of olives. I'm gonna do some carrots. I'm making a mess of my platter over here. And of course, we've got to have some of these tomatoes as well. Do a little more of that. And then, oh, we need some of this hamburger in here as well. So we'll add in some hamburger. And then I'm going to reuse this. We're going to toss this together. We want to get all those ingredients together. Doesn't that look good? Okay, let's add some chips. Now you can crunch these small, you can keep them big. It really doesn't matter. I just like to take a little, there we go. I just like to take a little bit. I like to keep them fairly big. I don't know, maybe that's not considered fairly big. But that's what I like to do. And then I'm gonna add today a combination. So I'm gonna do a little bit of Italian and a little bit of ranch. That's what I'm in the mood for. So we're gonna do a little bit of that. And a little bit of ranch. And we're gonna toss this up. You notice I haven't put any cheese in yet? Who noticed that? Don't worry. We're gonna get some cheese in here. There we go. All right, I'm ready for dinner. Who wants to join me? I've always said it would really be fun if like I could invite somebody over to do these live taste tests. Wouldn't that be fun? Now, the hamburger obviously was not fully cooled. I know. We're doing the best we can live. Let's get some of these tomatoes out here, because they really do add to the color and the texture of the salad. Probably need one of those. Here we go. What do you think? Is that beautiful? It's a perfect lunch. Should we take a bite? Let's take a bite. I gotta get like all the flavors. And so far I'm like not getting anything. Hold on, kids. All right. I can go to town on this. This has all the crunch, the textures, the flavors that all come together so easily. And you saw how easy that was to make in the Instant Pot. Let's give you a little contrast here. There we go. That shows up better. So here is the Dorito Taco Salad. Such an easy recipe to make in your Instant Pot, your electric pressure cooker. Doesn't matter what brand. Add the extra ingredients that you love. Mix it up, take it up, whatever. Serve it like I have, so that your family members can put their own together if you want. Because heaven knows, you might have a picky eater that maybe doesn't want one of the ingredients and doesn't want to pick it out. My son in the background stopped what he's doing and leaned in and looked at me and smiled. He knows. But it's a wonderful salad. Take it to a potluck, to a work activity, you know, something of that nature. But have fun with this recipe. And when you do make it, take a picture, post it on social media, and tag me at Devour Dinner, because I love to see them. I truly do. It's so fun when I get notifications that I've been tagged on posts. All right, everybody, let's see. Kathy likes to add marinated artichokes because she loves them. You know what? I grew up, we grew artichokes in our backyard in California. And I started eating artichokes from a very little child, not recognizing that it wasn't something that normal people don't eat all the time. They're wonderful. Susan says, looks good, I'm hungry. Amy says, ooh la la, looks fantastic. Joe says, invite me over, of course. Kathy says, yummy. Peggy says, now my stomach is growling. It looks really good, all the fun things. Yes, it needs cheese, Peggy. You better believe it. All right, you guys, happy Sunday once again. I'll be back next week, same time, with another recipe demo. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. We're kind of gearing up, getting close to Cinco de Mayo, which is right around the corner. And so I'd like to do another recipe that you might want to use for Cinco de Mayo, maybe. But that's our favorite too. So we'll see, but I'll be back next Sunday, 3 p.m., same time. Remember, if you're interested in the Clean Simple Eats protein, go get it ordered, give it a try. If you have questions, send me a DM. I'm happy to answer those questions on what flavors and why, and give you some really good breakdown. Otherwise, big hugs. Thank you for all the love, the support. It's wonderful to have you here, and I'll be back next week, same time. All right, everybody, remember, be kind. It's a crazy world out there. Just be kind. Give everybody the grace that you hope that you get sometimes too. All right, we'll see you later. Bye now.